Hey there guys, this is Mike Kim. Welcome back to my Diablo 3 channel. Here I am back again, tampering with the skill calculator for the wizard this time. My previous video was on the barbarian skills for solo PvE, group PvE and PvP. The wizard seems a bit more complicated because they are a bit more flexible compared to the barbarian, which is limited to staying in melee range and making sure that they apply enough pressure to kill their opponents before they fall down. First off, I like to say there is no set build for any of the classes currently in Diablo 3, whether you want an efficient build that has an easy time surviving, or just a fun build which will grab some lulz from your buddies of yours, it doesn't really matter. However, with every build you will need to understand your role and what your goals are. And in this video, I'll be explaining exactly how selecting a skill will affect your character and what you will need to look at when creating your personalized builds. The example I provide is in no way to be considered a perfect build and is simply a form of communicating the basic ideas of creating your own builds. You'll see in my active skill slots, I have only one signature move, which is Electrocute. I'm using the gold runestone here, which gains 4 arcane power for every target hit by Electrocute. You'll need to know that in this calculator, all the runestones are marked for level 4. If I'm not mistaken, the runestones go up to level 7. So please take that into account when you start your character and decide that these are the skills you want to have and which runestones, because I'm sure the damage levels vary from level to level. Next up on my list of active skills, I have Ray of Frost, which I used the Crimson Runestone, which increases the damage up to 212% weapon damage over 1.5 seconds. This is pretty good, especially when you want to take down single targets with high health, usually for unique bosses or quest bosses. And for my third ability, I have an area of effect damage spell, which is Blizzard. It fits my repertoire of skills as it performs as a crowd clearer, has the ability to hit a lot of mobs. You also notice that I picked up the Alabaster Runestone, which gives it a 30% chance to freeze my targets that get hit within the area of effect, as well as increase the critical chance of Blizzard itself by 25%. Here for my fourth active skill, I have Teleport. This is useful solo because it will either get you into combat or out of combat. I put up the Indigo Runestone because it summons 2 mirror images, which goes well with my last spell, my last active skill, Mirror Image. I'm not sure whether they work together right now, because as of now it says here in Mirror Image under Mocking Demise, when an image is destroyed, it explodes, doing 105% weapon damage as physical, has a 50% chance to stun enemies it hits for 4 seconds. So you can imagine that you teleport in, summon 2 images as you teleport, use mirror image, summoning another 2 images, and if they all die, you will deal 420% weapon damage physical, and each of them will have a 50% chance to stun all the enemies within the area for 4 seconds. This might have a lot of synergy, but we don't know as of yet because we cannot test this unless you're working in Blizzard. For my defensive ability in my active skills, I only have one, which is the Ice Armor. I wouldn't consider Teleport a defensive skill because it would fit more the role of a utility ability where you can move in or out. I would consider it more towards mobility. Ice Armor, on the other hand, surround yourself in a barrier of ice, causing 10% weapon damage as cold to melee attackers, chilling them for 2 seconds. What it does is it slows down their movement speed and attack speed for 2 seconds, and if you add the Ice Reflect, it even increases the chance that it gives it the chance, 40% chance to create a Frost Nova on the attacker, dealing 75% weapon damage as cold damage. Here you'll see my passive skills for the solo PvE build. I picked up Black Ice because I have Ray of Frost, my single target DPS is cold, and my Blizzard area of effect DPS skill is also cold damage. Increases the damage dealt to chilled and frozen targets by 20%, which is only logical. Galvanizing Ward is my defensive passive skill which I picked up, which increases my armor. Oh, sorry. It increases all my armor spells duration by 120 seconds, which makes it 4 minutes if not mistaken. Yeah, 240 seconds, 4 minutes. And it also gives me some life regeneration. And finally, I picked up Prodigy because whenever I'm not DPSing, the only reason I would not be dealing damage would simply be because I do not have any more arcane power. And when I perform a signature spell, which I have Electrocute, it will give me 5 arcane power back. And that's it for my solo PvE wizard skill build. Thank you for watching. Good night.